I'm here to tell you about the tree. Here, let me show you. Okay, don't worry. We can go find one. Come on, let's go find a tree. Oh, no. Oh, man!
Terraria used to have an item almost impossible to get. Although this only lasted for a few weeks, it's interesting as to how truly low the odds of getting it were. We are dealing with the
Uzi 9mm.
To first understand where to obtain this weapon, we need to understand street crime. The only place in Terraria that you can get the Uzi is from an enemy drop, that enemy being the Angry Trapper hard mode jungle enemy. So if I was to hear the word trapper, that would make me think of some sort of individual who's either poaching animals, or maybe playing some sort of co-op shooting game with a friend. One of you can lay the traps, you are the trapper. But no, I was too naive. Trapper can also be used for slang of people involving the trade and distribution of certain chemicals, who stereotypically may use a weapon such as an Uzi in their business. So, if you kill an angry trapper, it can drop an Uzi and you can use it. Perhaps you'd like to guess how low the chance was before it was patched. Currently the weapon with the lowest drop rate is the slime staff, a 1 in 10,000 chance, or 0.01%. The Uzi was a 1 in 80,000 chance.
But I have to find an tree. If I stop, how can I find a tree? How, Elmo? How? Wait a minute. Look, glorious stunning.
As a percentage, that would be 0.00125. To put that into perspective, Elden Ring Night Rain currently has an item with a 0.035% chance of obtaining, and people are struggling to find it. The Uzi and its original drop chance were introduced to Terraria September 30th, 2013. October 9th, with the new update, the odds were changed considerably to a far more natural and reasonable 1 out of 200 chance, or 0.5%. Still a bit rare, but nowhere near as much as it used to be. Interestingly enough, nearly 2 years later, the drop chance was changed again, to be 1 out of 100, or 1%. Either way, you might be watching this video with 2,000 hours of Terraria under your belt, and you may never have actually had an Uzi yet. As you would expect, it's hard to find contemporary accounts of people actually getting this gun. People were struggling when the odds were changed to 1 out of 200. I have found a Steam community post from the 30th of October 2013, so literally days after the update. He is aware that it got changed recently. Change is quite the understatement. With those odds, the weapon was effectively introduced in this update. Some people are excited, one user willing to actually trade some valuables, and another claiming that you're going to scream in joy when you finally get one. There was awareness that the odds before were quite dire. Aluminium Elite Master said, "After the change, I got 2 Uzis in less than 30 kills of the Angry Trapper. Since then, been going through the underground jungle for chlorophyte, and had to kill probably hundreds of Angry Trappers and not a single Uzi. Very random, and I think it was made 0.5% or thereabouts now." Interesting how it says think it was made rather than checking the patch notes, but what do I know? Wait, what do you mean you don't look at forum posts from 12 years ago? What? So now you have your little Uzi, and you don't want to avert from using it. We'll talk about some features about it, and then we'll compare it to the Mega Shark. It converts standard musket balls into high velocity bullets which are very fast and pierce targets. Combine that with the endless musket pouch, and you have an amazing spam weapon. Compared to the Mega Shark, this is where things get interesting. With the revised drop rate from the Angry Trappers, and Angry Trappers in the jungle being available as soon as you enter hard mode, that theoretically means you can start hard mode with the Uzi. The Uzi has a base damage of 30, knockback level of 3.5, and a use time of 9. The Mega Shark has a base damage of 25, knockback of only 1, and a use time slightly quicker at 7. Famously, the Mega Shark has a 50% chance not to use ammunition. As the Mega Shark is a crafted weapon, it could be harder to obtain depending on your circumstances. The Mega Shark requires the gun parts, which would be about 20 gold, a Mini Shark for 35 gold, 5 shark fins, which are currently a 95% chance of getting from a shark, and 20 Souls of Might. So you're going to have to defeat the Destroyer in order to be able to create one. What we are left with are 2 competent, fast-firing weapons that could be used interchangeably, but that is not playing to their strengths. The Uzi is less accurate, fires slower, and does not conserve any ammo. However, it does have greater knockback. This means the Uzi will probably be best used as a spam weapon against common enemies, allowing you to always be able to hit something somewhere. The Mega Shark, with its faster fire rate, greater accuracy, ammo conservation, and negligible knockback, means it is likely more useful for bosses than an Uzi would be. Either way, when you have unlimited musket balls, both of these weapons are just simply fun to use. And whether you hate or like the Uzi or not compared to the Mega Shark, It is still an upgrade over another fast-firing weapon, exclusive to hard mode. The Gatligator is a 35 gold investment from the travelling merchant, offering the 50% chance to not consume ammo as the Mega Shark, and firing just as quickly, and yet has the worst damage and accuracy of the three. As with the Uzi, obtaining it is luck dependent. Theoretically, RNG being great, you could get this weapon right at the start of hard mode too. This is still a great improvement over the easily obtainable mini shark from the arms dealer. I am waiting to hear from the one person in the world who would have managed to get the Uzi before the drop rate increased. They are out there somewhere. They may never have even realised how lucky they were at the time. But wait, there's more. The Uzi is entirely outclassed by a similar jungle weapon, which is equally awkward to get. Plantera has a 14.29% chance of dropping the Venus Magnum, which too converts standard musket balls into high velocity bullets, with a damage of 50, a knockback of 5.5, and slightly higher velocity. If you manage to obtain this weapon, it puts up a better fight against the Mega Shark, and where there is a clear exchange. A trade between ammo conservation, or raw power. Items in Terraria like the tally counter nicely tell you how many enemies you've defeated. There's probably somebody who has clocked in 700 eliminations of these jungle creatures, and have not yet received anything. Just because something has good stats doesn't mean that you can actually get it. There have probably been some people who have had to compromise with their weaponry in Terraria because they physically could not find an Uzi or the Venus Magnum at all. If somebody was new to the game and especially hard mode, they might take one look at the Gatligator and think, wow, I might as well buy that. Spamming that with the endless musket pouch does give you a good fighting chance at the start of hard mode if you've got no idea what you're doing. The travelling merchant may appear more often than a drop rate anyway. Despite how rare and awkward some items are to get in Terraria, they were still statistically nowhere near the original drop rate of the Uzi. Everyone will have a fun RNG story to tell about this game. I now offer my unfun RNG story about this game. Years ago I wanted the ninja armor for the social slot because I thought it looked great. I defeated King Slime many times and never got a full set. There were always duplicates. A few weeks ago, on a new world of mine, starting hard mode, I wanted to obtain the Crystal Assassin armor. Well, nowadays I might as well be a resident expert of defeating Queen Slime because I did it so many times back to back. And then immediately got the Frost armor and stopped using the Crystal Assassin armor anyway. Ah, fun times. The thing about RNG chances are, it's the reason why people are drawn to games like this, and the reason why people unfortunately quit them, from frustration. If you create a new character in a new world every so often, then potentially from drop chances your playthroughs could be quite different. If you had randomly stumbled upon an Uzi in the jungle, used it and saw its worth, that could have inspired you to make the ranger gear in the game. Conversely, and as we alluded to earlier, if you are not a person who studies the wiki pages for Terraria, then you may have gone through a lot of years of playing this game without actually knowing that Uzi was part of it. Just like the Venus Magnum too. In summary, RNG in your favour and you can be left with an amazing weapon for the start of hard mode. Unfortunately, when it was introduced, you can expect to have fought 80,000 angry trappers to maybe get this weapon. Like the Wyvern video, I made the thumbnail of this video in Krita, and zoomed out it looks okay. Let me know of your experiences with both the Uzi and or low drop chances of items in Terraria. Thank you very much for watching, good day, and goodbye.
2, 3. 2, 3.
The Uzi 9mm.